What would you say is your most anticipated movie for the rest of 2025? I think this has been a much weaker year for movies overall, but here are 15 new movies releasing soon that I think might make it better. Quick honorable mention to Avatar Fire and Ash, because I'm still not the biggest Avatar fan, but it's obviously going to be a massive hit. And another honorable mention to Tron Ares, which I would be a lot more excited for if Jared Leto wasn't the lead. But starting off the list at 15, I have Is This Thing On, starring Will Arnett and Laura Dern. After the pitfalls of Maestro, I'm kind of curious to see what Bradley Cooper is doing next as a director. At 14, I have Ballad of a Small Player starring Colin Farrell. This is right off the back of Edward Berger's last two films with Conclave and All Quiet on the Western Front. It also feels like an underrated dark horse for awards season. No Other Choice is the newest film from Park Chan-wook, who is probably one of the most interesting directors working today. Rental Family, starring Brendan Fraser, follows an American actor in Japan who's hired to play real roles in people's lives. This looks like the perfect blend of silly comedy and heartbreaking drama. I grew up on Edgar Wright movies like Scott Pilgrim and Shaun of the Dead, and The Running Man looks like it has that same level of fun and unique action comedy. Everybody say thank you to Ronan Day-Lewis for bringing his dad out of retirement, because we are finally getting the return of Daniel Day-Lewis after 8 long years, and this film looks so much more eerie and haunting than I was anticipating. Begonia gives us another collaboration between Yorgos Lanthimos and Emma Stone. Now, I'm not expecting this to be a big awards contender like Poor Things was, but this concept about two guys who kidnap a CEO because they think she's an alien sounds right up Yorgos Lanthimos' alley. Luca Guadagnino is one of my favorite working directors, but you throw in Julia Roberts, Ayo Edebiri, and Andrew Garfield, and now my excitement is through the roof. Josh Safdie's Marty Supreme is obviously going to give us another great Timothée Chalamet performance, but I can't wait to see Tyler the Creator right next to him on the big screen. Hamnet is the newest movie from Nomadland and Eternals director Chloe Zhao, and it stars Jessie Buckley along with Paul Mescal, who's playing William Shakespeare. Starting up the top 5, I have Jay Kelly from director Noah Baumbach, and it stars George Clooney, Laura Dern, and Adam Sandler, who I'm always excited to see give a serious performance. As somebody who reads a lot of Agatha Christie books and whodunit novels, I will always be seated for a new Knives Out movie. I love Rian Johnson, and I think he's created one of the most interesting running franchises today. I've talked a lot about how much I love Mary Shelley's Frankenstein on here, but I'm so excited for Guillermo del Toro to go back to this Crimson Peak style gothic romance aesthetic for a proper novel adaptation. Sentimental Value is the newest movie from the director of The Worst Person in the World, and this feels like the buzziest movie that came out of Cannes. I just know it's gonna break my heart. But one battle after another comes out next month, and I will always be excited for a new Paul Thomas Anderson.